Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. 'Tis I, Dylan, or D-Man the Voice, if you're feeling thirsty. And today we're going to be doing another Am I the A-Hole reading, where I go on to Reddit, find an Am I the A-Hole post, and read it right here for the very first time and give my honest, raw reactions to whatever it is I am reading. And I know these past 3 videos have been these, but I'm feeling good today, feeling fun, feeling funky, and I put out a hell of a lot of auditions today, so I was just thinking I'd do something fun where I don't got to strain my voice a whole lot, but don't worry, later on there'll still be some impressions and some audiobook readings, maybe even later today, who knows. I'm feeling pretty good today, folks. We'll see how it goes. Anywho, before we jump into it, I'd like to ask you all to like, share, and subscribe if you're a gentleman or lady or they-them friend or anybody, and most importantly, a scholar, and smash that like button. Isn't that that's what the YouTubers say? Smash that like button? That's right. Like, share, subscribe, all that stuff, because I am a hopeless shill, and all I want is your attention. Please. Seriously. Please. Anyway, on to the posts, folks. Let's get into it. Alright, guys. Here we go. Am I the a-hole for demanding that our daughter wears sunscreen? Initial reaction without reading anything for any context. Probably not. I mean, sunscreen is important, right, for protection from the UVs. Yeah, no, it's important to wear sunscreen, especially for us melanin-challenged folks, white people. I'm white, in case that was unclear. I'm very white. I'm like Nordic, right? Like, that's where my ancestry comes from. So I'm like, I burn. My ass burns in the sun. So sunscreen, very important. I'm not a ginger. No hate to the ginger fam, but still, like, next step down from that. Like, I just about burst into flames in direct sunlight. I promise I'm not a vampire. Unless you want me to be. My mom listens to these. Sorry, Mom. Anyway, let's go, folks. Am I the asshole for demanding that our daughter wear sunscreen? Probably not, fam, but let's go. My 35M, okay, the dude's 35M, wife, 31 female, and I have one daughter, 2-year-old female. Oh. I work full-time while my wife is a stay-at-home mom. Lately, I realized that my wife does not put sunscreen on our daughter when she takes her outside. Like, ever. The only time that she puts sunscreen on her is if she's going to the pool. And only if it's mid-afternoon. My wife reasons that she, our daughter, stays in the shade most of the time, so she doesn't need it. This is regardless of the time of day, the weather, the temperature, anything. Our daughter has a very light complexion. Okay. I mean, you should put sunscreen on your kid. That's my initial thing after that first paragraph. You should be putting sunscreen on your kid if she's going to be in direct sunlight. But, all right. I have recently put my foot down. Oh, we're putting our foot down. And told her that our daughter needs sunscreen on any time she goes outside. If it is 8 a.m. or 7 p.m., sure, it's not really a big deal. But for sure, if she's going out between 11 a.m. and 5 p.m., it's a big deal that she has sunscreen on. I agree with that. My wife is mad because it is so difficult to put sunscreen on our daughter because she hates having it put on. And if she has to put sunscreen on every day, my wife will also have to bathe her every day. She says that if I want sunscreen on her during the day, that I can put it on and bathe her every day. So the mom is going to risk damaging her daughter's skin because she doesn't want to bathe her? Okay, sure, let's keep going. I have no problem helping out. I do it all of the time, but I literally can't put sunscreen on every day when she goes out. I'm working. Fair enough. I know that having kids wear sunscreen is super important. I just feel like I'm going crazy. Am I the a-hole for demanding that our daughter wear sunscreen when she goes outside? There is an edit before I read that. No. No, your daughter should be wearing sunscreen if she's going to be out in direct sunlight during the day and it's really hot outside, right? Like, obviously not in the winter or whatever, or the fall, but like summertime, you're out there, direct UV right on the skin, like, yeah, it's going to damage the hell out of your daughter's skin if she's not wearing proper amounts of sunscreen. So, no, I don't believe this guy's the a-hole for wanting his daughter to wear sunscreen. But let's read this edit here. Edit. I just want to be clear. We bathe our child. She's not going a week without bathing or being put to bed after running around outside all day. We just try not to bathe her every day if possible, as she often gets rashes if we do. Okay. If she has gotten in a pool or put something on her skin that she would want to wash off, or just generally anything that would make her dirty, we bathe her. And bro, dude put a link to health.harvard.edu about, does your child need to bathe every day to prove that it's not weird that they don't bathe their kid every day? Listen, you don't have to shower every day, right? Like, there are some people who do. I do. I shower every day. That's a personal choice on my behalf. It doesn't, affect me that much. But I know that sometimes, it can dry out people's hair and their skin and, wash out essential oils and whatnot, give them rashes. So, like, you don't have to shower every day. I personally think that every other day is probably what most people should be doing, right? Just like at least every other day. Because you start going a little longer than that, you start to get a little funky. And beyond that, like, it's unhealthy, right? Like, it's not healthy to be just sitting around stewing in your own juices and filth and whatnot. But if you're a little kid, like, you rely on your parents to do that for you. And while, again, I don't think that you have to bathe your child every single day, it's just, like, yeah, if they're dirty, they've been running outside sweating, if they've been, just getting dirty, whatever, like, or if they just need a bath, like, yeah, obviously you take care of that. I just think it's funny that he put this whole post here. I'm going to click on this link. Hold on. Let's see. Does your child, according to Harvard Health, let's see, does your child need to bathe every day? Oh my God, pop-ups, go away. Yeah. Okay. Child need to bathe every day, according to Harvard. The short answer is no. I mean, obviously. Like, we know that. Like, okay, I'm not going to read this whole thing. Pop-ups keep happening. But Harvard says no, folks. Harvard says you don't have to bathe your child every day. Obviously, that's your personal choice as a parent, whether or not you want to do that, whatever. But Harvard says you don't have to do it every day. So take that for what you will. All right. So back to the main point. Is this guy the a-hole for wanting his daughter to wear sunscreen if she goes outside and is going to be in direct sunlight? As I've already said, no, I don't believe so. Like, she's going to be in direct sunlight, and repeatedly doing that can be very harmful to anyone's skin, let alone a child who's, growing and developing and is more sensitive to that kind of stuff anyway. So, no, I think that if his daughter's going to be outside in direct sunlight for an extended period of time, she needs sunscreen on. And not just if she's going to the pool or anything like that, just if she's going to be out in direct sunlight, she needs sunscreen on. So I feel like I'm not going to say, like, the mom's a bad mom or whatever, obviously. But, like, I feel like maybe the mom tries to avoid it because from what she says or what he says, she says, whatever, obviously. This is all from his perspective. But sounds like she avoids it because she doesn't want to do extra work. Like, she doesn't want to bathe her child if she wears sunscreen, and it's difficult to put on. So, like, she doesn't want to put in, she doesn't want to put in the extra work. I'm trying to look at comments. Yeah, no, nobody's saying he is the a-hole, because obviously I don't think he is, right? Like, he just wants his daughter's skin to be protected, and so the wife is wrong. like, she's wrong. If her daughter's going to be outside, she needs to be wearing sunscreen. If she's going to be outside in direct sunlight, like, I think that's pretty obvious, right? This one's pretty cut and dry. Yeah, not the a-hole at all. The wife isn't really an a-hole either. She's just incorrect. And perhaps I'm, maybe a little bit spicy of a take here. Maybe a bit lazy. A bit. Like, not like crazy, but the only reason you're not putting it on is because you don't want to deal with having to put it on and then, like, wash her after. Kind of lazy. Like, I feel like your daughter's skin and her health is more important than how much work you do or don't have to do as a parent. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. Not the a-hole, in my humble opinion. Alrighty, folks. That is the end of that one. And like I said before in my last video, going forward, I'm going to be doing these videos in, smaller chunks. Because the first one I did was 2 right in a row, and that was half an hour, and I feel like that's too long for a YouTube video, for most YouTube videos. Obviously, some will be longer form, audiobooks and what have you might be longer. But for these ones, I'm going to try and keep it somewhere between 10, 15 minutes, because I feel like that's the perfect, chunk for, you got some food, you sit down, you put on a YouTube video while you're eating. 10, 15 minutes, that's the perfect, little amount of time. Or if you're a slow eater, play a couple in a row. You know what I mean? I got plenty of content out there for you while you're munching, chowing down, or whatever you're doing, while you're doing chores or cleaning, exercising. Listen to me while you're exercising. That'd be, pretty personally, I listen to music, but hey, if you want to hear my sultry, dulcet tones while you're exercising, more power to you. You know what? While we're on the topic, down, up, down, up, down, up. That give non-flashbacks to anybody? Right? The Fitness Grand Pacer test is a test, right? Right? Nah, I can't be the only one. That lives rent-free in my head. God, I hated the pacer test. Anyway, that was the video, folks. That was the Am I the A-hole of the day. There'll probably be another one later on. Maybe not. I don't know. I kind of do what I want. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, view, tell your neighbors about me, tell your friends about me, tell your family about us. Don't keep me a secret. Please. I can't take it anymore. I just want to be loved. Yeah. Anyway, so, like, share, subscribe, and most importantly, we always finish off with something to keep the spirits up, keep hope alive, right? Remember, folks, to wear sunscreen when you go outside. It's very important. No, I'm messing with you. Do wear sunscreen when you go outside, but that's not the message. The message is, I always say love yourself, right? I always say love yourself, be your best you, fulfill yourself, all that. But what I want to say today is be the best you, not just for yourself, but for those you care about, right? Because if you're not your best you, then you're not just doing yourself a disservice, which is bad enough, but the people in your life who really care about you and are really trying to help you and be there for you and really are, ride or die, they're there for you, you're letting them down too. And I care about very few people in my life, but the people I do care about, I can't imagine letting them down by not being the best that I can be. And anytime I do feel like that, it just makes me feel worse. Puts me down in my depression even more. And so, be the best you. Not just for you, but for your friends, for your chosen family, whether that's blood family or not. That's a whole nother video we could do. But just be the best you that you can be for yourself, for your loved ones, for your friends, for your sanity. And just stay doing your best. That's all anybody has any right to ask of you, is that you do your absolute best, whatever it is you're trying to do. All right, everybody. That's the end of this one. Don't forget, be honest, stay curious, and most importantly, love yourself. I'm proud of you. Till the next one, my friends. See ya.